Challenge the back-to-back Dubai Sevens champions here. Here are the starting lineups. Hsbc, the Blitzbox skipper. Robbie Ferguson will lead out Great Britain. Former England Sevens captain Rob Vickerman alongside to help call this final game here on Friday night. What do you want to see from your countrymen, your fellow Brits, to try and challenge the Blitzbox here?
I suppose it comes down to a little bit of fight, a little bit of something that's internal. It's very difficult in your third game, the first day, to physiologically get to where you want to be. You've got to get to where you need to be. These players that GB are about to face are some of the best. They're fast, they're ferocious, and just look at their almost sadistic smiles on their faces, knowing full well they have a plan and they are more than likely to execute it.
Yep. GB have got a task ahead of them here. 3 of their heaviest defeats on the series have been at the hands of South Africa. They're going to have to dig deep. They're going to have to find something. It's going to be tough in the close quarters, and Gianluca Niecki from Italy is the man that will have to control proceedings here. Great Britain taking a knee as they've done before every match here in Dubai. Coaches, bench and players alike standing against racism in all its forms. Hsbc awaits.
Okay.
Great Britain running right to left in red and white. And it is Hsbc that brings it down for the Blitzbox. They will have first possession here. Shilton van Veek off to Zane Davids. Thunders into the GB half. Good tackle from Morgan Williams on the big ball carrier. Speaking of ball carriers, there's Visser again. Hsbc got a degree in mechanical engineering. He's not bad at rugby sevens either. Selwyn Davids, ball in 2 hands, asking questions. Zane Davids gets away from the one-on-one tackle. And South Africa make a statement early.
And they've dominated from that very first whistle. Van Veek just looking at options as Selwyn Davids, and outside you got Zane Davids, and off he goes. The juggernaut just chatting with their team manager Ashley Everett before the game, and he described Zane Davids as having a heart as big as his body. I'm pretty sure his lungs are there as well, because he is so fit. He does this for 14 minutes.
Blanco du Preez adds the extra 2 for South Africa. Zane Davids, the try scorer. Selwyn Davids will get us restarted. Hsbc, a Zulu word meaning a group of warriors. It's not a nickname, but his given name. Crucial in the build-up to that try. Here he is on the chase again. That's been well won, though, by Tom Williams, the Welshman. And Morgan Williams, fellow Celt, is Alex Davis. Ross McCann to Max McFarland. He's the real try-scoring threat for Great Britain. Hat-tricks on regular occasions. Williams, he's got Jamie Farndale, the Scot, to his left. Robbie Ferguson goes in to help out. Look at South Africa. Zane Davis going for the turnover, doesn't win it. Alex Davis decides to kick. Not a bad tactic against South Africa. Turn them around, although it's perhaps on the wrong angle. It'll be a South Africa line-out.
Well, it's different, and I commend him for that. But end of the day, that is 5 phases of possession against South Africa that not many teams do get.
Here,
the net outcome is they're giving the ball away.
Watching your expert view earlier today, Rob, were you suggesting that South Africa have been given too much of the rub of the green at breakdown time?
I think they play the laws pretty well, to be honest. I think they get to that fine line up towards the end point without necessarily crossing it. I think that's where they have their point of difference.
Mistake from South Africa, a rare thing indeed. The kick has worked out for GB.
And that's their other point of difference. They make 1 error a game, and they got the first one in the first 3 minutes. The coach is looking on. Renford does in. Neil Powell. Imagine. coaching this team, having this culture so on point, and then seeing Neil Powell scrummage against the men in training as well. I love that.
Well, they love playing in Dubai, 8 times champions. They might have to spend a bit more time here if they can't get back into South Africa straight away. But here's Great Britain with Robbie Ferguson and Tom Williams into contact. Ross McCann bridges that ruck. Got no scrum half. Ferguson alert to it, had to get off the floor. Davis runs between 2 defenders. That's the 22. McCann again. Sees some space, offload out the back. Farndale was the target, but it just went behind him.
Red's on the line.
Brilliant from South Africa, and they just understand the right decisions to make. This is the carry, win the collision, that's great. Then the contest happens. South Africa realise they can't win it. Everybody leaves that breakdown. 3 GB players are in that, every South African on their feet.
Expert analysis, former England Sevens captain Rob Vickerman.
Side entry, but not advantage, guys. Knock on here.
So a lucky break for Great Britain at line-out time again. They will get a scrum here. Let's see if they can make something of this one.
Quite a hotly contested area and debated point at the moment, these scrums. A lot of teams
Really
complaining
setup,
about the interpretations of it. You just heard the referee say there, the hooker needs to strike the ball. Just in 15s, the ball needs to go in level. It hasn't been, but it's meant to. Let's see what South Africa do. They always have plans. I'm sure they've got one here.
Set.
Robbie Ferguson.
Play on.
Gets us started. It's a bit messy though for GB. Branko de Priya goes in and they win the penalty, South Africa. Almost to echo what you're saying, Rob Vickerman. As soon as the ball gets anywhere near the grass, they're in there like a pack of hyenas.
It's just so clever. And you know they train at this. They practice it day in, day out.
Let's go, please.
Probably in their bedrooms. Just contesting the ball wherever they see it.
Here they come again. Fun fake. JC Pretorius now on an angling run. Does well to stay in field, put on the floor by Max McFarlane. But South Africa have it away, quick as a flash to Selwyn Davids. That hitch kick, that step so dangerous. That ball was floated, wasn't forward to Impivisa. Let go, says the referee. Up towards the Great Britain 22. Important moment of the match this. Shelton van Wyk with the skip step and under the posts. The boy from the Western Cape of South Africa has come up with a beautiful piece of footwork there.
Well, you could well question this pass as going forward because he runs lateral. It looks a little bit worse, but either way, what an effort it was, finding that space, and then this footwork is sublime. Absolutely done.
Du Priya adds the extra 2. Yeah, the Rainbow Nation enjoying the early stages of this Pool A decider. 14-0. 20 seconds to go in this first half. Selwyn Davids with instructions. Such an expert restarter. Where's he going with this one? They've overloaded the near side. And that's where he goes. It goes high towards the floodlights here at the Seven Stadium. Williams does well again for Great Britain into the hands of Farndale. Clock's in the red. GB have a penalty. They go quickly. Morgan Williams. Alex Davis. Tackle coming in from Soyers-Wapi, but Ross McCann rides it well. And there's the pass to Max McFarlane. Shelton van Wyk on the chase. One offload might do it. They might need another, and they do. It's an absolute cracker from Great Britain. The fist pump from Alex Davis. Yes, that's just what they needed. They're back in it.
You do not get many tries against South Africa, and this is why. Look at the effort it takes. First off, Ross McCann is like a fire hydrant. Bounces Soyers-Wapi. Gets round the outside, and then McFarlane just sets alight. This crowd have roared into rapture. Rides the significant presence of Davids in his ribs. Support play from Williams. St. Davids there like a rash, but yet still backing up play. Davids.
Well, that was great from Britain. AJ under the sticks. Conversion's important. That's gone through, so that's the maximum. 14-7 at the break to South Africa. Well, Great Britain are up for this one. Many teams go down to maximum scores against South Africa and may drop their heads. Not this GB side. They played them, of course, in the Edmonton Sevens final a couple of months ago. Didn't get the result they wanted, but they played South Africa many, many times. You've got to take your chances. And they've certainly taken that one. One stat in favour of GB, Rob Vickerman. South Africa errors 2, GB 1.
Pretty much one error a game they were making last tournament. See 2 on their column and only 1 to GB. That will please them most because they know they've been given opportunities. The South Africans don't gamble, they don't speculatively offload, they keep the ball, they play to structure, which is exactly what Neil Powell will be enforcing here to the troops.
We'll, of course, be seeing them at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham next year. Neil Powell coached them to the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in 2014. Shelton, Van Veek, try scorer in the first half, 1 of 2 for South Africa. They lead Great Britain 14-7. That man, Alex Davis, finished off a brilliant movement. But look who's out there. Ronald Brown, player of the final 6 days ago. Selwyn Davids kicks it high again, doesn't go 10, but GB choose to play. They didn't have to, and St. Davids has run roughshod over Morgan Williams. Perhaps a slight error there from Great Britain. Here is Ronald Brown. Hat-trick in the final last week. Selwyn Davids, he scored as well in that game. Sawyers Wapi goes into play scrum half. 6.5 minutes to go. Bounced off the chest, it perhaps looked like, but called a knock on. GB will take it.
Well, I don't actually think that went forwards, but it's such a rare thing to see that type of error from South Africa. The referee went with the knock on. Frustrating. But they'll get their head back in the game, I'm sure.
You okay?
Debutant last week. Shelton Van Veek, he's a real live wire in this team.
Happy to play.
Alex Davies taking a little bit of a knock there. I think there's a little bit of caution around that because it was a significant collision. He says he's all right.
Time back on.
Let's hope so.
Crouch.
Yeah, physiotherapist Caroline White for Great Britain checked him out. All okay to continue. Max McFarland have run around the open side there from the near wing and isolated at the breakdown. But here's Farndale. They need a bit of muscle. But look at JC Pretorius. Speaking of muscle, sending Farndale back in his own direction. That's gone over the head of Robbie Ferguson. Williams rather has to pick it up, but he's knocked it forward. It'll be advantage South Africa, and here's Ronald Brown. So dangerous, Brown. Van Veek to Selwyn Davids. He's been hit to the floor on the chip through, and this could be dangerous for Great Britain. Yes, it's a yellow card. Morgan Williams will head to the sideline.
It's a little bit unfortunate. It looked like it was more Ross McCann than Williams. But again, these decisions that South Africa are making are just so accurate. When to compete the breakdown, when to leave it, when to kick in behind, when to play wide. It is a fully functioning machine.
Visser restarts play. Brown, flat pass to Davids. Try score in the first half. That's gone forward at the ruck from South Africa. So another error. Unusual to see from this Blitzbox team. Great Britain have possession, no points yet in the second half.
Stop. Green.
Well, that was quality from Farndale. Might look like an accountant at the moment, but that was a phenomenal bit of counter-rucking. So difficult to outmuscle the South Africans. As I said, they're not big men, they're flyweights. They're 80 kilograms tops, but it's so powerful.
Okay.
And this is what Farndale can bring. Gets over quickly. He's always got the weight over Brown. He can't move him, but then that constant harassing at that breakdown. And it's Van Beek again. He can't quite get that ball clear.
Instrumental in Scotland's first ever cup win at Twickenham in 2016. Also scored the winning try the first time Scotland Sevens ever beat New Zealand at Twickenham as well.
Ripped in the tackle.
Morgan Williams, that's been ripped away by JC Pretorius, but then he covers the ball on the floor. And Ferguson decides to go quickly and kick, and it is Jamie Farndale on the chase. He wanted the ball to stay in. It'll go straight out, in fact, and it's all the way back for a South African line-out.
Well, it certainly looked like it bounced before it went to touch. It was a left foot spiral. You don't see many of those. Wanted to try and get the ball deep. But if it did bounce in play, it didn't, so he can't complain too much. I mean, you've got to wonder, I get the tactic. They've obviously gone into this saying, right, space is in behind South Africa, kick it deep. But you've got 60 metres of width to hit. Don't try and go touchline, kick it straight down the middle.
Unlike tennis, ball is out if it's on the line in rugby union. Van Beek. Sawyer's Wapi leads with that forearm, slightly dangerously. Got to be careful doing that. Ronald Brown, he's got loads of support with him, but he might not need any of it. Oh, Ronald Brown. The defenders were aware of the threat out wide. Ronnie B just slipped inside.
Brown, so composed when he's on the ball. So difficult to try and defend against South Africa because you want to try and commit, you want to make that hit to take them out of the game. But if you leave yourself open on the inside, someone like Brown can just swerve round. And this is the decision made because Alex Davis on the inside make that hit. Farndale then over chases and he ends up going back to the space that was created from that initial line tackle. And this is the difficulty playing against South Africa. I mean, there are many, but their threats are right across the board. You want to try and slow them down and stop it, and they exploit gaps that are created in other areas of the pitch. They are all caught.
Time back on.
Luke Trahan off the bench for Great Britain. 76 points for Ronald Brown in Dubai this fortnight. That's loose ball. Trahan tried to chip it back. That's dangerous. Will Trenholm, out of the Harlequins Academy, is out there off the bench for Great Britain as well.
No
Penalty
release.
GB, 21-7, they need points, 1:40 to go. Tom Williams, that was a heavy contact, you heard that from up here in Hsbc.
And this is my point, South Africa seem more than content to try and chance it, give the penalty. Net result is they've got a set line.
Yeah, multiple penalties, no further sanction coming. That's been dropped by Tom Bowen, and Ronald Brown chips it through. It's a foot race. Bowen's got plenty of toe. He gets back, but he's in danger here. Did Brown release him? No, he didn't. Penalty GB. Paddy Kelly. Ferguson, they're at the wrong end of the field. Great Britain, they need to score before time's up here to give themselves a chance for the restart. Tom Bowen near side. He's got a couple of South Africans coming across. Paddy Kelly in and away. Nice spin, still going. Time might be against them. They got to score within 40 and a bit seconds. Ross McCann gets wrapped up in midfield. South Africans working on defence. They work harder than the window cleaners on the Burj Khalifa, these South Africans, and look at them. They have won another penalty, tracking all the way back, and it's JC Pretorius, the labourer of labourers of rugby sevens.
Well, to see him come off the field shows how much effort has been put out. I mean, he doesn't actually look tired, which is quite ridiculous. considering what he's just done for the last 13 and a half minutes. But this South African team, measured by how fast they get behind the ball, how well they commit as a team to each other's efforts. And GB haven't done a lot wrong this second half. They've just got no opportunity. They've been swarmed.
Okay, they told me number 8, but it's not you. Okay.
Yeah, 21-7 times against Great Britain now.
Time back on.
South Africa can just see this one out and enjoy another top seeding on finals day tomorrow morning.
Just 8 tries against them last week.
Reds.
Looking very similar statistics this time around. It's a joy to watch, a thing to behold, this crowd. I've seen some pure form of rugby sevens. And they've seen some greatness from the blitz box.
Don't close it, Green.
Clock's in the red. South Africa looking to add to their score. Been turned over well, though, at the line out. Robbie Ferguson in possession. Nice in and away to get rid of Selwyn Davids. O'Sullivan over the top to Tom Bowen. Went through 100 tries in Edmonton a couple of months ago. He flung that in field, but Christy Grobbelaar has picked it up and he's been thrown to the floor. And that's Tom Williams heading towards the sideline.
Okay. Lifting tackle.
So Williams sits down, and that is the end of the game. So it didn't affect the result, but Williams will have to be careful. They might take a second look at that. South Africa still unbeaten, 20 games unbeaten this series. Well, adding the last 2 games of last series and this one, they won this 21 points to 7. Hsbc, he was big in the opening stanzas of this game. His work rate led to the first try. And the man who came up with a crucial turnover at the end is sidelined with Hugh Carl.
Thank you indeed, Rupert. Yeah, Rupert JC. Listen, first of all, congratulations on the win there. Impressive performance again. How does it feel?
First of all, I'm very tired, but that's the thing about us being at the top. Everyone wants to come at us, but that's the system. We stuck together and we pulled it through.
You don't look tired, I have to say, and the commentary we're saying as well. I mean,